What's up, guys? It is Chris and Ryan here for Dedicated Art. You might notice that the graphics, they look a little different. There's no Schmodown, there's no Resistance. We got Slipknot, baby. They just dropped their brand new song, All Out Life. Apparently, just out of nowhere, but I'm not complaining. Hi, once again, yes, I'm Chris Doman. That's Ryan McClellan on the side of me. Ryan, I'll be honest, I actually didn't know that you were a Slipknot head. I didn't know you were a
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. Like, I think we were both just talking off air, and I'm sure we'll get into it a little bit. But, yeah, they're kind of like one of those off-and-on bands where you listen to them for a little bit, and you're like, yeah, like, I'm really in that Slipknot phase. And then, like, okay, it's been a while. You've listened to the album a couple times, so you kind of... But, that's the cool thing about Slipknot and a lot of the bands from when we were younger is, like, when they come back, you have to check it out. You have to see what's going on because you have to know, like, these guys are still good. So I'm hoping that when we listen to the song, I can say, just like I did with, like, The Devil and I and all that stuff, be like, these guys are still good. Like, Corey Taylor has some pipes, so I want to hear how he sounded in 2018.
Exactly. I mean, and, Slipknot is one of my top 10 favorite bands of all time. Their self-titled debut is one of my favorite albums of all time. Shit
Awesome.
like Surfacing, Before I Forget, Duality, like those are some of my favorite songs of all time. Like, I love this band. I fucking love them.
And like, they are ingrained, like, people might call it being a sellout, but I don't know if I would say that, but, like, they're just ingrained into, like, who hasn't heard Duality? Like, even if you're not a metalhead necessarily, and you're not into the Slipknot, like, consistently or whatever, everyone's
heard that
Duality
song on the radio.
And Devil and I, and yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, Five Finger Death Punch, even though they're a little younger, but bands like that, Avenged Sevenfold, Pantera, they stick with you, even if, you maybe don't follow them consistently, but when you come back to them, they're like the old standby.
It's like you never left. I mean,
Exactly.
and it's like you brought up with their last record, The Gray Chapter. When it came out, I dropped everything I was doing, and I'm like, oh, first Slipknot album in 6 years. Yes, please.
Yeah, exactly. And it rocked.
And I liked All Hope Is Gone to Hell. I like every single one of their records, even if I think each one has some highs and lows and some stuff that I don't care for, but I'm
they
excited.
may not be, like, as perfect, song to song as some other metal bands that I prefer, but again, like, it all comes back to they're one of the old standbys that, for me, like, the biggest old standby is another band we were talking about earlier, is August Burns Red. That's probably, like, the last time I saw them was 10 years ago, so they've been around. 2005 was the first, like, they're one of those, and Slipknot is one of them too, and, maybe not as consistent song to song, but still, I mean, amazing.
Exactly. And look, guys, honestly, in the comments, if you guys want to start talking about the 9, I will join you, because as someone from the superior state of Minnesota, I do have to give props to Iowa for giving us one of the best metal bands of all time. So I'm excited.
Such a weird place for a metal band to come from. Like, I feel like Texas,
but at the same time, it's the perfect place. It's the perfect place.
It kind of makes sense, yeah. Just like that dark, like, unknown with the masks and everything. Kind of just fits.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, yeah. So let's get
It
into
was
this.
weird. That's the moral of the story.
Here we go. We're going to click play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay. Ooh.
Beautiful imagery so far.
Yeah, this is a Slipknot video. If ever I've seen one. Some new masks, maybe?
Yeah, I'm digging. Okay.
Get on board with this.
Come on.
Give us what we came for.
Oh.
Nice. Nice.
Love the imagery. It's just like some Annabelle created this kind of shit.
Sounds as good as always. Oh, alright. Got the little switch up. Yeah, I like this a lot.
Oh my god. Woo!
I really like the sound of the guitars. I'm digging that.
Making
Kind of like that texture, yeah.
I can't remember the name of the new drummer, but he is just fucking annihilating this track.
Give it a 3, I'm gonna show you what I do, and if you know what I mean. Drive my violence, more of the same. I can see where you're going, and I'm really ashamed. Do you think when you act, don't just act like you're thinking? I gotta know now, you better tell me. All does not mean dead. No does not mean best. No hard feelings, I'm tired of being right about everything I've said.
God, these lyrics are on fire!
That's pretty good, yeah. I like the rapid fire. I wonder if that's the band in the cloaks.
I think it
I
is.
feel like it probably is. Could you imagine being in this video just as an extra?
Oh my god.
That would be
nuts.
awesome.
We are gathered here today to
Some
give
piano in there.
Repeat after me. I will not celebrate mediocrity.
I will not solve it.
Worship empty shells. I will not listen to worthless noises. I will not subject myself to selective predictable choices. My time, my attention, my quality should not be
Ooh,
bought and sold
guitar.
for convenience's sake. We are not your kind. 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 We are not your kind.
This is some Blade kind of shit. I love it.
Yeah, this is wild. Last beat, I love it.
All does not mean dead. No does not mean best. No hard feelings. I'm done being right about everything I've said. Yours does not mean mine. Kill does not mean die. Pay attention. It's gonna be a while till I really feel alright. All does not mean dead. No does not mean best. No hard feelings. I'm done being right about everything I've said. Yours does not mean mine. Kill does not mean die. We are not your kind. No excuses. I challenge you to all out fucking ride.
Just going for it. Nice.
Yes!
I love a good blast beat, man. Nice. Yeah, that wasn't at all creepy.
No. And it totally wasn't at all awesome.
I gotta take a breath after that one.
Woo. Get a breath after that one, man. Damn.
Wow.
Dude.
Just wow.
Dude.
I'd say right off the bat, if I could improve, like, obviously I'm not anywhere near as good at anything musical as Slipknot is, but like I kept waiting for like that breakout solo that sometimes you'll be where like the guitars just take over. We got some like little breakdowns, so maybe I was kind of waiting for that breakout solo. But besides that,
Yeah, I like
those drums,
dude.
I love it.
Dude. Yeah, no, actually, that was a killer fucking tune. Those lyrics are already gonna be sticking with me. I can tell. Old does not mean dead. New does not mean best. It's like
They're saying we're still here.
exactly.
We're alive.
They're exactly. I mean, holy shit. Like,
And they're not like everyone else. Like they are their own band who has their own way of doing things, their own style, and they know how to kill it their own way.
they do,
That's
and it's like you brought up during the video, like Corey just fucking brought it back with that rapid fire delivery. Like this was some
raw.
spit it out level shit.
Yeah. He's just like, like, oh shit. Like, is this the early 2000s?
Apparently, because woo.
Yeah. And like, I was kind of waiting for him to start singing in clean vocals too. Nah. He's good. He's just gonna scratch his way through the whole thing, which is fine by me. So
Exactly. I mean, and to be fair, I love his clean voice.
oh yeah,
But-
I don't know. I'm
when
sure
he-
you've listened to some of his acoustic stuff.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Oh, dude.
Amazing.
His cover of
I already know what you're gonna say.
yeah,
I can't remember it either.
Wicked Game. His cover of Wicked Game
Yeah.
is haunting.
Yeah,
And
he
of
did that
course,
like
he did like a couple of years ago, but and plus like Snuff, that song still makes me cry. It still makes me cry because it's that powerful.
he's crazy. Like especially too, like I've seen him get to the end of work. I've seen it on YouTube. Him get to the end of the tour and like his voice will sound even more raw because he's like so worn out. He's like, I can barely sing. I was like, I'm still out here for all you motherfuckers. Like, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, I'm like damn,
And
this is crazy. He's going for it.
It's that work ethic, which is why Slipknot is still the best show I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really?
It was Knotfest
I wish.
2012, right in Wisconsin, and it was them, Lamb of God, right at literally like a couple of days after Randy got out of prison, and then
What?
or like a week or so after he got out of prison and was back in the
Yeah,
US. Then Deftones with
Ooh.
Serj Tankian, Machine Head, Cannibal Corpse,
Wow.
Gojira, Dillinger Escape Plan. Like, dude, that was the best fucking show I've ever seen in my life. Plus, this was all happening in the middle of a thunderstorm, so yes.
And they kept going.
And they
Hell
kept
yeah.
going. So
Hell yeah. That's how you know that that's real metalheads right there.
that's
Damn.
fucking metal.
I
And
wish.
like, holy shit. Yeah.
It's a good track. I'm gonna have to listen to it again to kind of like get a better feel for it. Like if it'll be one that I keep coming back to. And I'm assuming that they're gonna be announcing a new album soon with it or something. I didn't see anything about it.
I would assume so, and I'm just gonna say if it has this level of intensity,
Yeah,
we're in for a good one.
I think they're really gonna try to bring some of that old school flavor back, and I'm down for that. So
And just in time for the 20th anniversary of the first record, so
I know. Ugh, makes me feel so old. I was 4 years old. Like, I wasn't even listening when it came out, but by the time I got around to it,
now
classic.
not to rub salt in the wound, but you really want to feel old? When you were like a toddler, fresh out of the womb, they were just forming. So
I know, it's crazy.
god damn. So yeah,
Where's the time gone?
where has the time gone? So final thoughts. If this album is a good indicator of what the rest of this album is gonna be, I'm buying it opening day. I'm buying the vinyl or
Yeah.
something. Just
Yeah,
give me.
Yeah.
Come back. Like Slipknot, I love your clean stuff. I love your raw and angry stuff. But lately, it's been a lot of cleans. Not enough, in my opinion, of the
Right.
raw angry. We're back.
Yeah, I want like that stripped down, back to basics. Like we said, the rapid fire, those breakdowns. Maybe give me a couple solos in there. That's all. Like I'm a solo. I just love solos. So give me that. But besides that, yeah, it kills, man. It kills. So I like it.
Yes.
I like
so
it.
Ryan, where can the good folks find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at Clan McClellan. That's Clan MCLELLAN. And right here on this channel doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Absolutely. And you guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust at Skywalker Dome. And you guys can follow this very channel dedicated to art on Twitter, Instagram at D2A channel. Like our page on Facebook. You can follow me on, or you can follow my band Silver Nightfall on Twitter, Instagram at Silver Nightfall. And for Ryan, this has been a hell of a show. And make sure you stay tuned in this Friday, as we're going to be talking about movies about musicians on the Who Cares Anyway podcast. So, from all of us here at Dedicated Art, take care.